What's good, y'all's full-time trip? We are back in the building. Arsenal 2, PSG 0 at the Emirates Stadium. The Champions League is well underway as we get our first W, 3 points in the bag over a PSG side, and I'm happy. I'll say I'm in good spirits. I think that was a wonderful performance off the back of what we did at the weekend, and we're into it, man. Of course, we here with Timo Too Good. Timo's in the building. How you feeling, dog?
As you said, my brother. Listen. Like I can scroll through the timeline, find the tweets, but we watched the game. We saw what it was like. We know what the controversy before the game was in regards to the Calafiori incident or even the Dembele omission from PSG. But I'm not gonna lie to you. For me, it was a very disciplined and mature performance from the Gunners. You understand? Like I just you don't really get the opportunity to really look at performances in the Champions League, at least at this stage, and be like, oh, very mature performance. And albeit, you know, we're talking about one of the better teams, or rather more or less the best team in France at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Well-drilled team, well-coached team, and you can see with the way that they provide combinations within that midfield and be able to get to their wide outlets quite quickly. There was a bit of like, you know, how are we going to deal with that? Like with the likes of Barcola, Nuno Mendes, you know, Desiree Doué, and like Vitinha and João Neves, because they are capable players. But you're coming up against a team that, you know, I hate to reference CM Punk in this circumstance, but the arms are too short when you're back to the guard.
Come on now,
you know
what are they talking about? Like, what are they talking about?
You know what I'm saying? So it was just, yeah, man. It was simply a men versus boys conversation today.
I'm about to go find the Culture Cams clip. He said, "Men, big, strong men." That's really what it was, bro. Again,
yeah, bro.
I can talk about us being tactically capable and us, you know, showing the flexibility to do a lot of different things. Again, spring on the counter, being able to, you know, spot different things here and there in transition and just make certain things happen. I just want to speak to that physicality. This, and somebody said it on Twitter, and I absolutely agree. This team, this squad is strung from the DNA of the Invincibles in the aspect of where we are physically bulls, bro. We're physically dominant. We're not gonna shy away from any challenge. We're fucking intimidating, bro.
When we were watching the match, you heard me say that obviously I like to use 2K references if you know you don't play your 2K. We got that Intimidator badge on Hall of Fame, bro.
All the way up.
Physically, we have become a team that teams don't want to defend set pieces against in their own box.
You see people in the stands turning away, not even knowing what's going on, in fear, looking like Godzilla coming through their city. It's like that now. It's like that. Go ahead.
It is, man. For real.
I'm just absolutely ecstatic with how that played out. And again, for a team that this has been a huge topic of back and forth of, oh, are we Dark Arts FC? Are we the kings of the Dark Arts now because we're bullying people and falling over and blah blah blah? We're just playing our game. And now the fact that we can't be pushed around in any aspect of the game, people are mad. People are mad. They're mad. You're mad. Bro. And it's okay. It's okay, bro. That's how it's supposed to be, bro. People are supposed to hate Arsenal. It's all right. Because this is where we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be at the top of everybody's mind, playing the best football in the world, winning matches. This is where we're supposed to be. And it's all right. But absolutely love the physical aspect and how we were able to corral a very, very, don't get this wrong. Technically, they're one of the best sides in Europe, hands down. Across the pitch, there's so much quality in possession and making things happen on the ball, passing range. That's good. But their deficiency is still the physical aspect, and in a space where, you know, ground gets like swallowed up like crazy against the wrong sides. You need to find ways to, again, physically break out, find ways to get past. In Liga, it'll probably work. In the Champions League, when you come up against us, it does not work, bro. We're able to answer the challenge for a lot of technicality by the commitment to defensive shape, commitment to defensive structure, and just the physical presence of so many people. So today, I credit the team for that commitment and just for that physical strength. Absolutely wonderful, man. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see in these types of games. And not only to impose yourself in the duels in certain instances, but across the game, control it, corral it. So again, just as tail of the tape, first half, blitz. You know, again, we found the tempo that worked. We found our pockets. We got aggressive, and you know, we drove into space. Trossard, a prime example of that for that first goal. Body's a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Makes a little drive 5-10 yards. You know what I'm saying? Gets to like the left edge of the box, the right edge of the box, cuts back, sees a half space, cross to Havertz. Havertz gets up, big man ting, drops, header right over Donnarumma. Physicality reigns.
There you go, man.
It's just lovely stuff in that half.
What more can you ask for?
You know what I'm saying?
And then obviously, I think for us, it was just a matter of like just picking our moments. And obviously, like, I think, like we all say obviously later on, I think Donnarumma's had a howler coming out for both goals. But it's like, it's a bit of both. He rushed to come out for the first goal and then chose not to come forward for the second goal. But I think you got to give credit where credit's due. The players obviously have to fulfill their roles and play attacking balls inside and or outside the box, or even into the box. So credit to Saka, obviously. And again, credit to the physically imposing players, because at the end of the day, those are the players that were in front of the ball for the ball to roll in the net in the first place. So just a very, like I said, a very disciplined, very mature approach from the Arsenal. And I think, you know what, we can be harsh in terms of how the game was lost for PSG, but I think you also got to look at it from perspective where it's not their game. Their game is very much, and for large parts of the second half, we saw what their game was like, finding their rhythm in terms of their passing patterns, playing it out wide and being able to get it back for cutbacks inside the box. And they found little success. I won't lie, over the duration of the game, but they did find their moments. And unfortunately, it was not like Butterfingers or hot potato. It simply just, the ball didn't stick. Which again, maybe on another night, maybe in Paris, that would have worked. But at the Emirates, where it is a fortress, they're playing Ministry of Darkness for obvious reasons. It's just not happening today. You understand? It's just not happening today. But yeah, no, honestly, like, I think that's especially the age of that midfield. I mean, the average age of that squad is, I think, 23. So it's a very young squad. You know, you've seen the likes of Neymar, Mbappe, Messi, they've all left. Verratti, who was so experienced, no matter what he says, he's a midfield metronome. He knew how to ball out there. You know, you've got the likes of Vitinha, Zaire Emery, and João Neves, who I think are absolute ballers.
An unreal midfield, but not a super physical one, not an imposing one. And that's I think that's a deficit. I think that is a deficit in the long run, these European games. You know, like, if you can somehow get around it with, like, again, some people were suggesting maybe they go get Paulinho in the summer to just go see if they can go, you know, mess around, see if they can go grab him. That could have been a game changer for him, where they, again, had more room to swallow up duels and address the physicality, and also still have those options with technical quality. So it's that, but still, regardless, they are a good squad, a good squad, and a young squad,
and a squad that will, once they find their stride and they're able to, you know, grow inside of that physicality of the game and learn how to play against physically imposing sides, I think they'll do much better. Much better.
I agree. Yeah. One thing I do want to get to on this next phase, just, I would say mostly in the first half. Again, we saw bits of it in the first half, and in the second half we've gotten the ball rather. This advanced positional fluidity, I want to talk about how fluid we've been, because again, you saw it at certain times. Calafiori was at the 10. Saka was playing centrally. I think it's, again, people have stated this before, again, in games past, but I think it's really starting to take shape as we've seen. A lot more freedom and a lot more fluid motions and combinations and link ups when it comes to how we're structured. And I think that really did contribute to how we got in very smart positions during the first half. But talk about that fluidity for me.
I mean, even for a perfect example, you can refer to the way football's kind of somewhat evolving in terms of players not necessarily they've got assigned defensive positions, but they've also got license to do a few things given the, you know, the structure of the team and effectively how the opposing team are playing. So when I talk about stuff like that, it could be an example where, you know, Mickey van der Ven absolutely rips through the Man United midfield. I mean, that's never happened at Arsenal. That's never happened against us at Arsenal. But like, you know, I digress. I think it's a thing where when you're able to see that a player can drive for that length of period and actually contribute towards the attacking phase from a defensive position, it kind of invites that element of, you know what, like, this is where football's going now. And we've obviously spoken about Calafiori and Timber much alike in terms of how fluid they, and how, like, what effectively our game's being transformed into now. And that element of assuredness and almost security you have, knowing that those players can, one, ball carry, two, receive the ball on a half term, distribute a ball, but still be able to recover defensively. And it's not once or twice, it's throughout the entirety of the match. So when you're able to see that the sort of pockets that they're picking up, and it's almost like, okay, I'm used to seeing maybe an Odegaard or, somebody in that left half space, or you like to think, wait, hold on a second, like we are now evolving even past what we were playing last season in some instances, and it shows you how much obviously we missed him, but also how much of a blessing it is to have a player like Calafiori in the team, because realistically you're seeing the sort of positions that Martinelli's picking up now, and it's like he's happier. He's actually happier to be receiving the ball in a wider area where he's not constantly having to go to the byline. He can be just on the edge of the box where he's able to throw a feint.
I seen him take little like positions a little bit more centrally, like towards like a certain edge of the box, and like get like drift a little bit more in. Where Trossard was very comfortable today, sitting on a touchline as well as Trossard was very involved today. I feel like that impetus to just rotate and move around was really good.
Yeah, which I think obviously a lot of people give him praise for. I think that's the identity of football he's trying to bring to the football club, where like, yes, you want your number 9s to bang the ball into the back of the net, and Havertz is having no problem doing that whatsoever. But Havertz's positioning today was all over the place. You saw him play right wing at times, and Saka's playing more centrally. And it's even the ability to drive with the ball from wide positions and still play dangerous balls into the box. He's still able to assume that responsibility. And I think when you see things like that from players that are supposedly supposed to play in one position, it just shows you that total football is more than alive and well within the Emirates Stadium. So I think to kind of wrap it up in a sense, it's like, this isn't just any football team that are just trying to play like short passes, long passes. They've got a brand of football that they're trying to expand, not just from a positional perspective, but from a confidence and from a player perspective, where you're not limited. There is no limitation. It's not like of the yesteryear where you'd be like, oh, I'm only a right back. Oh, I can only play this position. No. Look at the sort of positions you're seeing defenders take up on football pitches now. Gabriel's become integral in terms of set pieces, but you're still going to see him hanging in around the edge of the box trying to take shots. We saw Saliba the season before last take an absolute swinger at Bournemouth, and all of a sudden he's finishing like a top-end striker that they'll pay £60 million for. So for me, it's not a matter of, I'm a centre-back or I'm a full-back, I can only do this. No,
you got to roll.
We're well past that. You've got to roll, and there you go. That's it.
And that's what it's... I never really thought of it fully, like to expand beyond that. Again, I thought of the term Swiss Army knife in terms of we're getting these players that are very versatile in what they do in their positions. But it's, again, like you said, it's not just positions anymore. It's roles, it's systems, it's functions, it's combinations. And Swiss Army knife can now apply to how we, again, play as a whole, as a collective. We have so many different ways to form up and hurt you. We have so many ways to nullify and dissipate things that are coming at us. It is ridiculous. It's total football. It's total football in a lot of different ways, man. And it's crazy to see the first signs of this burgeoning, and we don't even have the full squad with us. We're still missing some players. We're still missing people. We're still missing some pieces that can come in and drop in and be there. Again, it's a crazy day. It's a crazy day, but wonderful work, man. Wonderful work. Absolutely. I absolutely love that performance. Again, just to be able to control it, especially after the weekend where we saw things kind of slip a little bit against Leicester.
I think that's the biggest thing. Because obviously, look, like, no disrespect to Leicester, but PSG are a much bigger proposition in that sense. And as soon as you go 2-0 up, that's why I was saying at some point during the game, it's like, this is where I feel Arteta's going to have had that conversation with them. Like, look, okay, we got over the line on Sunday or Saturday. We don't want to now have a repeat of that, and it needs to be a more mature performance. Like in the Champions League, you're going to concede goals. I think that's something we're inevitably trying to eliminate, the frequency of that happening, but it's knockout football at the end of the day. So when you are playing to the level that we played tonight, and we have the clean sheet in the fashion that we had tonight, even with the fact that Timber did have to come off at halftime, and we've seen Kirill come in, and it looks like we're just as good defensively. It just makes you think, well, guys, like, well drilled, well prepared, and like it's just on to the next game, Yep, literally on to the next. One thing I will add before I come back to you with just giving you standout players, I will say one thing I want us to continue to improve on, the outlet passes and manufacturing transitions. I think that's still the topic area of where
we need to a little bit more refinement. I said this in the first half. I think there was an instance where Declan Rice was driving with the ball. I think he just picked it up and then he just like automatically tried to slice it across. With Saka across. I'm like, if he just took a stride. If he just took like 2 more strides, he could have had the option to shoot or pass it that way still, because I saw Nuno Mensch in between two minds, and he wasn't fully committed to either idea of sticking with the vertical run backwards or the ball across the Saka. So there's that. So generally, and that's not just the only, it's just the prime one I can think of, but us bringing these counterattacks when we're choosing to play in that way, or when we have those moments, again, fast break or in general, having the quality and having the soundness of mind to pick the right pass with the right timing, or choosing when to drive at the right times, having that little, you know what I'm saying, just knowledge about you. You know what I'm saying? Again, and that's why I said at halftime, I wish you could transplant Odegaard's conscience into some of these players on the fast break, because he's the one that knows how to pick that perfect, that little, that's right on time. Exactly. That's right on time. And I think this is something that everybody's going to learn as we go along, especially in this period without Odegaard. I think this is a great time to learn that and at least pinpoint that as a possible point of improvement. But I think that's the next step of like pure progress. I think we can see tangibly in games. Like, where can we make that right time to just spring a ball, spring a pass? If there's a loose ball that might go off a tackle, how can we, manufacture things better when we're on the break? That's just one thing I wanted to point out in terms of improvement.
I think even to kind of touch on to that as well, like I think obviously inevitably it's important that we react on that as quickly as possible as well, because with the games that we're about to kind of embark on, they are opportunities to kind of give you that sense of confidence going into games, like being able to kind of have that killer instinct and being able to maybe not so much in just shooting, but like making those clear-cut decisions that provide goal scoring chances for other players. I mean, we spoke about it during the game where Martinelli had a couple of opportunities, and then he started getting a few shots off, and then he's growing in confidence. Then he's like cut back, made a good ball in for Havertz, and on another day that's in the back of the net with a cleaner connection. So I think that there's that element of, okay, I need to take a bit more responsibility with the ball now, and the decisions I'm making are going to have bigger implications now that we don't have the likes of Odegaard, because where it's so much simpler with him and we're a lot calmer on the ball, more assured, we don't have that right now. So like I said, like being able to kind of have that with the way that the Trossard assist and the Havertz goal went in, and then obviously a few of the other chances that were manufactured today, I think they're going to grow in confidence, and especially like I said, the run of fixtures that they've got now, we're going to see a lot more of that now, I do believe. And then obviously the introduction of a certain Spaniard that we've been waiting for quite a while, I think is going to now raise that level even more. But yeah,
I agree. I hear it. So before we go, real quick, give me 2 players that stood out for you, and give me your man of the match. That's what I want. Let me see what you got for that.
It's actually really tough.
Yeah, that's why I gave it the extras. I was like, listen, I'll whatever you miss, I'll pick up, because I think there's a couple people that definitely did, a good amount of people that did stand out today.
I think Saliba definitely be my standout player today. I would say Kai Havertz as well. I think, especially in performances in the Champions League where things can get very nervy, like over like small periods, where large periods of things are really quiet and you're controlled and assured, those scarier moments where you think, oh, hold on a second now, he just cleaned up everything. Calafiori might have had a few balls come into him and he felt a little uncomfortable at times, so Saliba clears it up. Ball comes down Kyrgios side, Gabriel's covering defense on the opposite side again, and it's just the composure and the know-how, and not putting other players into danger, and effectively just giving that sense of assurance, like, guys, we've got this, I mean, just just handle the ball on the other side of the pitch, and I've got you guys covered. Just for me, like, very key, even with the substitution of the striker and Kolo Muani coming in, like, he didn't seem phased by it at all, so I would say that's my man of the match. Kai for me has, like, I just, like, I backed him from the moment he signed, and I said, just give him time. The guy's got 8 goals and even a few assists in the last 6 games at home. Like, I think you need to look back at how things started for him and how the level of confidence wasn't at sky high, because Chelsea pretty much shot the guy down in GTA. And I think for me, just seeing how at home he is now and how much he's in love with the Emirates Stadium and in love with the fan base and just in love with a football club, it's translating on the pitch every game. Like his effort and his desire to win every ball, and it's almost his determination to get on the other end and do what needs to be done with a goal. Not necessarily that it happens every single time, but when it does happen, it's like you almost feel you're at one with Kai Havertz now. Where like I just feel like now you're looking at a Kai Havertz that's confident, that's hungry, that wants to do more, that wants to deliver. Sorry, he wants to deliver for the football club at the highest level. And you know, tonight he did that. Positionally took responsibility, not just from a striker's perspective in the number 9 role, but out wide in positions where you're able to combine and have a few combinations with other players to get them into attacking positions so that they can score. We're seeing flicks and tricks, and you know what I mean? The confidence is at high, so I think he deserves an honorable mention. So those would be the 2 players I would say were, you know, key highlights for me.
Yeah, nah, here. So you said Saliba, Havertz.
Yep.
Havertz is your man of the match.
Yeah, sorry. Saliba's my man of the match.
Oh, Saliba's your man of the match. Okay, fair. I hear that. I will give you my 2. Damn. I'll give honorable mentions real quick. I won't say honorable mentions. Partey is not in contention for man of the match, but I think he played his best game in a long time.
In a long time. I can't deny that one.
Hamstrings was not string cheese, brother. They was solid today. It was locked in today. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I can give you that one.
Yeah.
Definitely was there. Calafiori and Timber, you have changed my life as fullbacks. You beautiful fuckers. You beautiful fuckers. Oh my gosh.
You, man. I'm hoping that it's not an injury.
I'm hoping it's just you know what I'm saying, timing and low management, bro. Low management, you know what I'm saying? Hope that's all good. Rice, I thought he had a deceptively really good game. I thought he had a good game as well. Martinelli, I think, had a very good game in terms of his decision making. I thought he made really good calls. Things weren't there at the end of the other action, but I think the choices he made were fantastic, and his commitment, especially with Hakimi on the other side. I think that was very important for him to be there, especially with the second half change and Kivior coming on. Kivior put himself about as well. Again, not as comfortable as everybody else, but still put himself about, and he made some vital stops. Good for him. Mikel Merino's cameo. Hey, clap it up for Mikel Merino, baby. These duels. You see the little tackles. You see the little tackles that is making, bro. When things get in full flow, it's
it's gonna be. Listen, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a transition monster. Just give it time, bro.
Oh my goodness, bro. Wonderful, bro. Again, I'm giving honorable to the whole damn team at this point. David Araya, your claiming and distribution today was absolutely out of this world, and I don't want people to tell you otherwise. Sure. Again, it wasn't the most physically daunting side, but still, you have to make these deliveries. Near perfect long ball distribution. I don't know what else to say at this point. And again, the cross at the end to claim it and put things to bed. Wonderful stuff there. Trossard, you showed up today. You were prominent in the build-up, prominent in the open play. And again, you making these half space crossing. Damn it, that's what I want to see, baby. That's what I want to see. Good job, Trossard. You put yourself about. I love that. My standout player, who was just behind man of the match, I am going to go with Kai Havertz. I think again he had a job to do with again the goal being the linchpin to again get people up the field, get bodies up the field. His hold up play, his ability to be again fluid, working off the right hand side was just wonderful today. I think he was absolutely on it, and again him scoring that header, he is proving he is worth that every single penny of that damn transfer, bruh. Every single damn penny. He's been proving he's worth it, and he showed. He said it earlier today. He wants to win a Champions League here because it means more here. He said he literally just after the game he said he loves the stadium. He loves scoring in the stadium. That's 6 in a row now that he scored at the Emirates, and we love him back. Damn it, this is what we want to see, bruh. This is what we want to see. I understand people were Jones in it and really wanting a 9 in the summer, and I was too. I'm not going to sit here up and lie to y'all, but this man is proving we can wait a little bit longer. We can wait a little bit longer for a 9, in my opinion. We do. I think we are going to want one in the summer. I want one as well, but I think for this season we can hold our horses because he is putting in absolute shifts in that position. My man of the match though, Bukayo Saka. I got to talk to you, man.
Okay.
This kid is dealing with a tough, active, attacking defender in Nuno Mendes, and he has to do these shifts going all the way back to go help Timber, And on top of that, he is making mincemeat of everybody who comes in his path, finding combination, finding pathways to go, here and there and stuff like that. His ability to just control things and find solutions, no matter what the context, is still insane to me. I was stupid to not give him, a shout and that man of the match shout in the Leicester game, because I think he probably deserved it in retrospect. That's my fault. But I personally got to give it to him today, man. Again, the direct free kick, that's more of a, it might be more of a product of Donnarumma's lack of effort there, or lack of nous there. But still, you got to be in there to make that shot. But I thought against a really, really tough defense in Nuno Mendes, tracking back in a defensive effort and being that person in the efforts, on top of the pitch going forward in the attacking phases. Bro, what more do you want from this kid? What more do you want?
Look,
like what? How many goals? How many goals at the Emirates in the Champions League? It's like 5 goals, 3 assists and shit.
5 goals, 3 assists in 8 games.
What more do you want? Like, he's one of them. He's world fucking class. And the sooner y'all realize it, the easier it will be.
That conversation's no longer like the last season. There was the conversation. Oh, but he's not doing like when we played Champions League football last season. The conversation was over. And if you look at how he contributed in the games that we needed, the players to contribute in, he's top of the list. Obviously, Odegaard isn't there at the moment, so he's got more of a responsibility now, and he's obviously captained the team today. But just looking at it's almost like it's becoming so normal that I'm not it sounds crazy because I should be phased by it. He's 23, bro. But,
captaining the team.
He's captaining the team, and he's delivering at the biggest stage, and he's doing it consistently. What more can you want from any player on the pitch, let alone a player that literally decided to put the team on his back from as far back as 2021? Bro,
he gets it.
You have to be proud.
He
just gets it.
He's him.
He gets it, and he's him,
and he knows it. He believes. He believes, and we believe. But it's just otherworldly. You know what I'm saying? And he's turning into a fucking machine. And I love every minute of seeing this development flourish. Bukayo Saka, you got my flowers, especially today, man. I think it's my personal man of the match. And yeah, the Kai Havertz wasn't too far behind. Trossard wasn't too far behind him. Rice was just a couple paces off from that. Timber didn't have enough time, but had a good cameo as well. Shout out to, again, Miles Lewis-Skelly for his first Champions League debut. Clap it up for him as well. Did his numbers. But listen, 2-0. What more can you ask for? Solid day out, and we move to the weekend against Southampton. I promise if we don't collapse these bogeys, oh my gosh, I'm going to throw something. I'm going to flip a chair. You know what I'm saying? That chair in the background, that it's over. It's over for that chair. I hope y'all see it. It's a wrap for it. It's going rec room. It's over. But anyways, if you guys want to let me know what you thought about the match, who's your man of the match, standout performance, all that good stuff, hit the comment section below. All that nice things to happen. We will see y'all at the weekend after with Southampton. It's going to be an interesting match. Hopefully we can get through it, see some different combinations, see more of Mikel Merino and others. But yeah, listen, Timo, thank you again for showing up, for pulling up, for giving your expertise and insight. I always appreciate it, gang. And as always, you know what I'm saying? We're going to catch you next time, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Already know, man. Listen, this is our time. I've been full-time Trip, and let's get up out of here, man. COYG! Peace!